I wrote this for someone for a book, and the book was about friction, and it was just a starting point, but it's called Architecture of Bird. If the world in the near future administers to its diplomats, to its highest officials, to its legislators, to its people, the proper endocrines, especially anterior pituitary, and inhibit the adrenal cortex a little bit, there may be no more wars. Samuel Willis Bandler. I saw him knitting as I boarded the bus. He saw me see. Later, seeing me as he passed, I sat stunned. On his way off the bus, he stood beside me until I stood too. Putting my book away, we disembarked. And moved through. Bus station, main street, side street, footpath, sheep trail. Past endless stone walls, through stone churchyards, over stone bridges to a stone cottage, softened by trailing roses, thorned and songbird copsed. He made a fire from peat and flint, a rub, a spark, a glint, against the burr of the tongue in a country of rocks. We spent the night together, the knitting man and I, facing each other in our chairs, facing, no words, no movement. Footing stones, they provide foundation. Hearting stones, small irregular, providing plasma within the matrix of rocks. Coursing stones, providing height through repetition. Through stones, full width of the stone wall, providing stability. Voussoirs, the individual stones in an arch. Coping stones, the top layer, bank of books, discouraging passage of sheep. Smoots, my favorite. The lower opening providing passage for rabbits. Keystone, top of the arch, locking voussoirs into place. The circuit retained steadiness between myself and the man as I moaned past stone wall after dry stone wall, the hormones of our touchless intercourse unwinding over uncounted miles, the lonely road exaggerating the absence of previous hands, the circuit retaining steadiness, humming as I continued on alone, as I take the high, as I take the low, the alternating currents flinging cliff gulls into sight, as day turns again to night. Coin stones, cornerstones at the end of walls, openings or ducts. Penny stones, small stones, fine-tuning stability, you stick them between the larger stones. Thyroid gland, fine-tuning stability. The tableau of the serene scape, pinned by song-strolled arrows to a distant shore where a needle is jammed into the neck, the etheric webbing pierced in desperation, the drug no longer working, not enough. Just above the thyroid, just behind the Adam's apple, not celestial Adam, not the androgyne, earthly Adam's apple after Eve was separated out. The H shape of the thyroid, the isthmus of the thyroid, the keystone of the endocrine arch, architecture, arc, locking things into place, crumbling under the strain of insanity. The modern disconnections of humanity from nature, the rest of the bridge following, the scrambling to fix quickly, leans, lists, leaks, bridges, arches, stone walls, groaning with the unexpected weight, force. Force, the capacity to cause physical change. Friction, the capacity to stop physical change. Non-friction, the capacity to cause physical change, movement from stillness into motion. Thirst, hunger, inspiration, and no storyline. Oh, surely it doesn't end there. Oh, good. No punchline. Scrambling to fix quickly with old boards, plugs, gaffer tape, and hand-painted warning signs with Prozac, Zantac, Mac-Tac, caffeine, sugar, heroin, ecstasy, morphine for the ductless glands, the endocrine, the governors of our humanness are in a silent uproar. The ship to shore bing, and then the signal is lost. Endo, meaning in the house, from the Greek endon. Krine, meaning crisis, turning point, separation, from the Greek krinin. The 7 ductless glands, hormones governing differentiation into a human. Pineal, the bridge between 2 kinds of consciousness. Pituitary, the vulva to the tiny erectile tissue of the pineal. Thyroid, the keystone of the endocrine arch, locking things into place. Thymus, remove it and the eggs have no shells. Liver, the garden of desire, serpents, beauty, ribs. Spleen, pale, rose-hued, spreading with draught of life. Adrenals, punching in later and later each day with a caffeine-sodden standoff against authentic living. 7 stones, 7 planets, 7 hills, 7 trees, 7 tones, 7 colors, 7 ducted seas. The fur, comically satisfying to the lips. The ick, he is too. His understanding scaffolding on that sound. The shh, calling down the feminine forces. The shun, the final chomp. Friction. And still, the tiny piercings of 7 sects of song. I peer across the sea, escaping to the distant shore, the circuit still holding, the knitting man, myself, and my brother, needle in hand. God blesses us all. So what part did you like best? The part about stone walls or the part about making love with someone while you're both sitting in chairs 10 feet apart? I want to say, Gemini, it was really a pleasure to hear your heart in the form of words. That's so cool. And I know you're speaking from a different separated culture, and we're separate, and I felt that separation, and I look forward to when we all are maybe only separate from God, and very rarely, and that we're all helping each other be unseparate. Wish that with all my heart, and I wish you were my sister. Maybe we are.
You are my sister.
Okay. And Paul Dutton, you must have been a fascinating child to babysit.